good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all. It's been a while. First video in just over a week. I last spoke to you guys back on Monday of last week. So welcome to the full 100 for the first time in just over a week. Guys, I hope you all had a brilliant Christmas and a fabulous holiday season so far. We're 2 days away from a brand spanking new year, and I guess some of you tuned in thinking I was giving free membership away to QAnon. Nah, I'm here to warn you guys of how we should really approach the coming new year, so we can avoid some of the crazies that we've seen in 2020. So guys, without further ado, let's get down to today's show. Guys, today's show is a precursor to my New Year's Day show. I'm going to be doing a show on New Year's Day titled My Wish List for 2021. But today's show is just to show you guys how crazy the world's been. I speak to so many people who think they do not follow Trump. They do not follow that right-wing madness that we all see play out in slow motion right now. I mean, we've seen how crazy they really are, calling an election that's all done and dusted, declared, signed off, just waiting for inauguration day. And there are still people in right-wing media saying Trump still got a chance, where Trump's going to get inaugurated on the... this is complete madness. And hoping you've all seen it. But you know what? There is something that I came across in one of the clips I'm going to show you guys today, which is fake news has demand. It's terrifying to know that. Fake news has demand. Demand, supply. So when there's a demand for fake news, there are suppliers. And that's terrifying. There are people that, no matter how much you tell them, let's talk about the vaccine for a second. There's people that no matter how much you tell them that it's a choice, they still want to hear or want to see the post that says they're coming for you. That's what they want to see. So that's what this show's about. This show's about opening those who want their eyes opened, and those of you who demand fake news. That's why I put the title on this show. So guys, I'm going to get to my first video. I'm trying to make it a short video today. This first video shows you about, every so often for example, coming up to the election, there was fake news. When COVID came out, there was all this fake news. When Dr. Fauci started getting too popular for Trump, there was fake news about him. When Biden got the nomination for his party, there was fake news. So this helps you see what really they do. Because what they're trying to do is control the narrative. And it starts when there's a political issue to be debated on the global stage or internally in America. But then you have a president who has 84 million followers on Twitter, and he retweets these things. Now you might be sat in your flat in Stonebridge in northwest London and think Trump had nothing to do with what you're thinking. However, I put this to you: of his 84 million followers, more than 1,000 of them are connected to you somehow or another. More of 84 million followers. If I say 1,000 of them are connected to you somehow or another, I'll actually be being conservative with that number. Because take any 1,000 of those people, by the time they send that same tweet or that same fake news to 3 or 4 people, it's going to get to you somehow. It's going to get to you. And many people don't realize it. They think, I don't think like Trump. I don't think like Trump. Yeah, but I don't like masks. Guess what? QAnon and all these fake people made masks an issue because Trump did. So you might think what you're deciding is not from Trump, but somewhere along the thread, it is. So take a look at this video and I'll see you on the other side.
The point is that once again, we see the president and the purveyors of an unhinged hodgepodge of truly bizarre theories, conspiracy theories, using each other to further a mutual agenda. Tonight, our senior investigative correspondent Drew Griffin on this relationship, a new report also on the dangers QAnon may pose, and much more.
A new report released first to CNN shows what researchers claim is a frighteningly quick pipeline of lies initially pushed by QAnon communities that have become part of the mainstream with help from one big supporter.
I've heard these are people that love our country.
Donald Trump has retweeted QAnon followers dozens of times in his presidency, an amplification that brings the diluted and dangerous collection of bizarre conspiracy theories into the highest levels of government. QAnon's disinformation operations attack specific pillars of democracy at strategic moments and hijack the national conversation. Much of the alarming spread of QAnon is tied to President Trump.
A lot of people start to believe in some components that are promoted by QAnon disinformation networks without believing the entire conspiracy theory.
Among the beliefs, Trump is fighting a cabal of Satan-worshipping elites that practice pedophilia and child sacrifice, that George Floyd's death was staged. The pandemic is fake, created solely to inject us with vaccines containing radio frequency identification chips. And perhaps most damaging of all, that the election was stolen, that the Obama administration spied on the Trump campaign. Then there is Subpoena Obama. On May 13th, a tweet from @FollowThe17, as in Q, the 17th letter of the alphabet, shows just how quickly a conspiracy can go from the dark corner of the internet to the White House.
If we all put out Subpoena Obama as a hashtag, he essentially said good things will happen if we do this.
Use the hashtag everywhere, the tweet said, and they did. Subpoena Obama went viral, at times tweeting 4,000 times an hour. Right-wing media picks it up. One day later, Donald Trump weighed in a tweet to Senator Lindsey Graham, saying the first person I would call to testify about the biggest political crime is former President Obama. In other words, Subpoena Obama. Success for the QAnon crowd. @FollowThe17 would retweet Trump's post with a wink. Trump then tweeted, "Thank you to all of my great keyboard warriors. You are better and far more brilliant than anyone on Madison Avenue."
Welcome back, guys. I mean, how can anyone in the right... And you know what happened when George Floyd died? How can anyone in the right mind think that was staged? But you know what? I can tell you that at least 6 or 7 friends during the summer actually said, boy, you know, how do we know it's not staged? QAnon and the keyboard, what's he called, these keyboard warriors that Trump calls them, brought this shit up. And they brought it up, guys, to try and change the narrative, to try and confuse the narrative. And if you're not informed, or you seek conspiracies in your mind, you like to hear that there's an alternative story, boom, they get you. Before I go to my second video, I want to just say this. You see, Trump refusing to accept the election, he's done us all a favor. At least he's done those who want to seek the truth, those who are tired of being confused. He's done them a favor, because what I'm going to show you now here is the trap that these right-wing media, Rush Limbaugh on the radio, Fox News, what they've done over the years is go head over heels, well, head first in, dive all in with Trump in everything he does. But they're meant to be a news channel. So when they saw the vote, they called election for Biden. Trump disowned them. Why you called election for Biden? Trump supporters started to disown them and started to flow to these new, smaller right-wing TV stations, but they're also TV stations, registered, normal TV channel. When you see their host on TV, they look like any host you see on BBC. So they look authentic. They shifted over to those guys because those guys said, oh, Fox is getting too truthful. We're going to stay in that lane because, whoa, we're getting the audience over to us. So now you have a dilemma for channels like Fox News, that you're going to have during the course of a day, if you watch him, two shows, two presenters on an hour-long show will say Trump still has a pathway to victory. Then the following two shows will say, yeah, Trump is now gone. He's going to be gone. And Joe Biden's the president-elect. Now, how does that make sense? And the insult is that these are the people that call the BBC, the NBC, the ABC, the CNN, call them fake news. I tell you one thing for sure. You will never watch CNN in the morning that says the election is won. And then in the night, say the election is still going on. Nah, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen on BBC. Yes, they all tell little fibs here and there, but they're truthful channels. So what's happened is we've got these idiots who tell lies, convincing normal folk that the truth tellers are the liars, or that Biden, who won the election clean, is the cheater, when they are the ones trying to overturn the election. That's the world we're living in. But this is exposing, like I said, the situation where you can have one news channel. Now, anyone who's got brain should understand that this is not normal. It's not normal to watch one news channel that says different things in the morning, different things in the evening, different perspective in the day, different perspective from hour to hour. It's not normal. Take a look at this.
Our president is in the fight of his life.
Now that the Electoral College has affirmed Joe Biden's victory, some right-wing shows and sites don't know what to do. This banner on Newsmax asking, is it time to move on? While attorney Alan Dershowitz is saying yes.
The election will be confirmed.
But some far-right outlets are still peddling false hope, knowing that that's what their audience wants.
Many Americans are questioning the electoral process.
One America News, a channel promoted by President Trump, running segments like this, claiming election manipulation is a long-term goal of the left, carrying hearings about voter machine security, and airing highlights from Saturday's pro-Trump rally in D.C. days later to boost the spirits of Trump fans. With Fox News mostly accepting that Trump's time is up.
That Joe Biden is the next president of the United States.
Some Trump defenders are flipping over to OAN and Newsmax instead.
Do you accept that Trump lost Georgia?
No.
Trump didn't lose anything.
No. Yeah, no.
He did not. Where'd you guys get your news and information now? Is it online, TV?
Newsmax now, though, because we don't trust Fox News.
Officially, Newsmax now says Biden is the president-elect and will be referred to that way. But host Greg Kelly is telling viewers to stay tuned.
It is not over.
And other pro-Trump personalities are turning against anyone who gives Biden legitimacy.
Today, I want to congratulate President-elect Joe Biden.
Fox's Mark Levin lashed out at Mitch McConnell on Twitter on Tuesday, saying, "Thanks for nothing, Mitch," and calling for fresh thinking and new blood in the Senate.
I think people need...
And Rush Limbaugh framed Trump's Supreme Court loss as some sort of elitist plot.
This is strictly about getting rid of Donald Trump. There isn't an entity in the American deep state, Washington establishment, whatever, that doesn't want to get rid of Donald Trump, including enough justices on the Supreme Court.
There is supply for these lies because there is demand for these lies. Demand that is not going away, even if the Geraldo Riveras of the world say that it should.
It is over. I want the president, my friend, the current president, the 45th president, to understand it is over. The Electoral College has voted.
Geraldo talking to Trump through the TV again, but he's counteracted by dishonest hosts like Greg Kelly on Newsmax, who said once again tonight that he thinks Trump might be inaugurated again next month. I want to be clear, Aaron, these programs have far fewer ratings than CNN, for example. Newsmax, still relatively small, but it is growing in size. There is only one word to describe what's happening here in America. That word is radicalization.
Yeah, it is.
Welcome back, guys. So you can now see, right, that the Republican Party and the right-wing establishment in the US, and I have to say, as well as here, are moving in a dangerous direction that's radicalizing their followers, radicalizing those easy-to-fool people, They're radicalizing people. I've got videos of an ex-police officer running a normal citizen, a white guy, off the road because he thought he had 200,000 ballots in his car. When they checked it, the guy's an air conditioning salesman. The ex-police officer is on trial right. He's in custody right now. You have people shooting people, establishment people under house protection. This is radicalization going on right now. Right now it's subtle. They're radicalizing people against masks, against lockdown. People are coming out and protesting and they're angry. The next level, we don't want to know. This is my warning to people. Stop looking for conspiracies so they don't feed you conspiracies. When you want bread, people find bread and make bread to give to you. When water's short, people go and find water to give to you. When you're looking for conspiracies, people will find it for you. And when they find it for you, you're going to dive head first because that's what you wanted. It's what you were looking for. Guys, I'm going to go to this short clip, a 10-second clip. I want you to take a look at this because this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the right-wing press are in, thanks to Trump and refusing to concede to the election, it's exposed, really, those who are trying hard to be journalists and those who don't care. They will give the crowd what they want to hear. Take a look.
Fox News is going to be talking about how slow the vaccination is going, even as every night they do segments about how you shouldn't get vaccinated because Bill Gates put stuff in it. So yeah, he should very much be worried about that. And if this
now, if you want to see how it works on the ground, my last video will show you how it works on the ground. Close to 60 million people, because it was 70% of his voters believe that. Close to 60 plus million people, you know, just under. That's a lot of people believe that the election was stolen because of one man and his support network that put out fake stuff. Take a look at what this poor soul thinks happened in America and listen to how she pronounces algorithms.
Trump won election night the second all these swing states decided to stop counting votes.
This is an example of Trump's army.
Why did they stop deciding to count? Because Trump had already won.
Well, we broke the algorithm because see how algorithms work is if they set the algorithm so when Trump reaches 80% of the vote of one particular state, the algorithm can stop that. But what happened is so many people started pouring in for Trump that it broke the algorithm, so they had to stop for the night.
How baseless and conspiratorial their theories are.
Newsmax actually had people do a research on it. You can find it on Newsmax. They did a research and said Trump truly got 410 electoral votes and actually flipped California.
Wow.
Yes, the always reliable Newsmax, whose investigative journalism is who we should be trusting to protect our democracy.
I mean, that's what we want to believe. It feels good to believe that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I want to believe the news that makes me feel good.
The illogical minds of America. Fox News is the home to misogyny, race baiting, Bill O'Reilly, Roger Ailes.
White supremacy, that's the problem. This is a hoax.
Tucker Carlson.
Shut up and dribble.
Laura Ingraham. I mean, just deplorable human being.
Guys, we're at the end of the show. I just want to say this, as I do after my last video. I want to say this. If you're laughing, if you watch this and you're laughing at that girl, can I say something to you? That's how the rest of us are laughing at you. If you're sharing videos of fake prophets who are talking about holy, like aliens are getting members of a congregation pregnant, we laugh. They're the same. You're no different. So if you're laughing at that video, change your ways and understand 75% of the world are laughing at you too. Now, I want to finish off with some apologies. Last week, Monday, I was meant to have Alison Johnson, the mayoral candidate for Croydon, under Taking Initiative Party, the party we're affiliated to. We couldn't do it because on a Saturday, obviously Saturday night, Sunday morning, if you like, then the new Tier 4 restrictions came in, so we had to cancel that. So for those of you who were looking out for that, didn't say, I apologize. I should have told you guys on my show on the Monday, which I forgot to tell you guys on the Monday, and I haven't done a show Wednesday, the 2 days before Christmas Day, I didn't do a show. Then I didn't do a show this past Monday either. So this is the first time I'm letting you guys know. The last thing I want to say is to my black community. The thing is that in our community now, I'm seeing that if you don't share the opinion of the majority, you want to get silenced. People want to tell you, no, wait, but no, but this and but that. So my advice to my black community is, yes, we all have the same experiences. Yes, majority of the time we all think on the same tip. We're on the same tip 99.9% of the time. There is always that 1% of the time that we shouldn't all be on the same tip, because we can't all be on the same tip. We don't all get our information from the same places. So guys, let's allow other voices to come in. Let's listen to other voices, whether it's to do with vaccinations and what we've suffered and whatever. Whether it's to do with housing, economy, whatever. Listen to the other side, because you just might learn something. Guys, have a fantastic day. Have a fabulous new year. I'm going to be coming back on Friday, on New Year's Day, to do my New Year's Day special, which is the full hundreds wish list for 2021. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know we're trying to get the word out there, the truth out there. If you trust in what we're saying, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all pretty soon. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you Thursday. Sorry, I'll see you Friday on New Year's Day.